Hello, my friends. Saturday Strategy with Coach Kelz. What's going on? So today I wanted to talk about, and first I want to say thank you all who liked and subscribed to my channel and liked and shared and what have you. And keep watching, and I'll keep on putting some content out there for you all in my quest to coach the world, right? So listen. So today I want to talk about failure and what we make that mean. So in the Merriam-Webster, yep, I have a dictionary. In the Merriam-Webster dictionary, fail means to fall short. That's all it means. Fail just means we fell short. We fell short of an expectation that we set for ourselves. And that's it, right? So now what comes behind failure or failing to meet an expectation is our thoughts and emotions behind that thing, right? So if you fail to meet an expectation, what do you think about that, right? Because that's going to produce the results, eventually produce the result that you're going to get behind the thinking that you had about not meeting the expectation, right? So if you fail to meet an expectation, okay, you found some, and here's how I think about a failure, right? A failure to me is that I didn't meet an expectation, I found something that didn't work. So what's the good thing about that is now I can keep trying and find the thing that does work. So I can't remember who said it. I really can't remember who said it. I definitely would credit them if I remember it. But it's something like if you fail 1,000 or 10,000 times, or you didn't fail 10,000 times, you just found 10,000 things that didn't work. All you have to do is find that one thing that does work for you, right? Right? So failure, if you make it mean more than what it means in the dictionary, that's you and your thoughts. Because the definition of the word is this thing. Anything you feel about that thing, you're in your thoughts. Right? So you have to be in your thoughts to get the feeling about the thing that you didn't meet the expectation on, right? So, okay, here's how we can look at it, right? So take a kid, an infant that is just learning to walk, right? How many times is that baby going to fall, right? And you can call that a fail. They didn't meet the expectation of walking. They fell down. They failed. They failed to walk. They didn't walk. They failed to walk. But did they stop? No. They continue to push and get up and try it again and try the new thing again and again and again and again until they're walking. God willing, of course. Until they're walking. So when you don't meet an expectation, you get to choose the thoughts that you have about not meeting the expectation. So you could choose a really good thought about, like, I found something that didn't work. Okay, let me try this next thing. I can find the next thing and maybe that will work. So what's wrong with failing? So if you look at it that way, what's wrong with failing? Right? What's wrong with failing and trying new things? You will try many, many, many new things that you may not be good at. Okay, so, right? You failed to have success at something, but at least you tried. So, and then there's a different type of failure, right? So that type of failure is kind of failing to do something that is out of your comfort zone, right? So you're moving out of your comfort zone and you're trying something and you found something that didn't work. There's another type of failure that is failure of not even showing up, right? So, okay, let me break it down a different way for me. So my expectation, and this is really was not my expectation, but just to make it make sense. If I say my expectation for the YouTube video that I put out last week was to have 5,000 views and 5,000 subscribers. Did I meet that expectation? No. But did I show up today to try again? Yes. Right? So I'm still going to show up to eventually meet my goal. I don't know. But I keep trying and I'll do things maybe a little bit differently this week or whatever to meet an expectation of 5,000 followers, 5,000 subscribers. But the failure of not showing up is me saying last week, I'll see you next week. And I'm just like, well, I didn't meet my expectations, so I'm not even going to show up. You have to show up. You have to show up for yourself. Or I do. I have to show up for myself. Or how am I going to ever get to 5,000, 500,000, 5,000,000 subscribers, right? I have to fail. I failed to meet an expectation last week. And so what? I found something that didn't work. So now I have to find the thing that does work. And what's going to work? I don't know yet. I don't know. But I'm not going to not try because I didn't meet an expectation one time. Okay. That's okay. Right? So what is it that you want to succeed at? You know, is it something outside of your comfort zone? Because there are things that we can do, things that we do that are within our comfort zone, and we achieve that thing every single time. It's when we reach outside of our comfort zone and maybe don't meet the expectation that we wanted. Well, so what? You found something that didn't work. So how do you go back and redo your plan, you know, to that thing that does work? And you can, you know, the whole steer that we talked about last week, it still resonates with failure, right? So the situation is, let's break it down to the steer. The situation is you didn't meet an expectation. Okay, so that's the thing that can't be changed because it happened already, right? You didn't meet the expectation. So what's your thinking about that thing? So if you're thinking about that thing of not meeting the expectation is, I'm not good enough. I don't know what I'm doing. And I need to, what do you call it? Thumbnail this part right here because I need to get back to that too. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm confused. I'm this, I'm that, and the other thing. Now your emotions are going to be tied to those thoughts that you just had. Right? So these emotions are what? I'm not good enough. So now I feel bad. I feel sad. I feel unworthy. I feel something. Right? And now what's the action that you're going to take because you have these feelings of I'm not worthy, I'm not this, I'm not that. Well, the action is now I don't want to feel these things, so I'm not going to do it anymore. So the action is inaction, right? So what's the result? The result is you're not going to meet the expectation that you already did not meet. That's got you feeling this way, right? So you're going to continue to fail to meet an expectation because of the thoughts you had about not meeting the expectation. Okay, so think about it this way. So now you didn't meet an expectation, right? So take me as an example. I didn't meet the expectation of getting 5,000 followers or 5,000 subscribers last week. Okay, what's my thought about that? My thought about that is I found something that didn't work. Right? I found something that didn't work for me to get 5,000 subscribers. So what are my emotions tied to that thing? Let me get back to work is an action. My emotions about I found something that didn't work is excitement. I found something that didn't work. I'm excited to find something that does. So the action that I'm going to take now is a different action. I'm going to get back to it. It's not inaction. It's going to be, I've got to put videos out. I've got to go on different platforms. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. And then looking for the result of more subscribers, right? Maybe not 5,000 this week, but who knows? Right? So me not meeting that expectation that I set out for myself, I have to choose a thought that I feel about that, the thought that I generate about that thing that's going to produce feelings and actions and results that maybe help me get to what I do want. Right? But it's all in your thinking process. It's all in your thinking process. So the other thing was I'm confused when I talked about the other thoughts that you could have by not meeting expectation. Thinking that I'm not good enough, I'm confused, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, that's just another way to keep you stuck in your failure. That's a way to keep you stuck in I didn't meet the expectation. Well, if you tell yourself, I'm confused, that gives you an out to say, I'm not going to learn how to do this thing because I don't want to feel the feelings that I'm feeling behind not meeting that expectation. Right? So we have a fear of feeling the feelings that we feel, if that makes sense, about not meeting an expectation. So we have to really think about the thoughts that not the thoughts, but the meaning that we put behind this thing, a thing. And it all goes back to the steer. It all goes back to the steer. The situation, the thoughts, the emotions, the actions, and then the results that you're going to achieve. Right? So if you didn't meet an expectation, okay, that's okay. It's okay. Right? You can think about that in any kind of any way. Right? Think about the first time you cooked something. Did it go great? For me, no. I failed to meet the expectation of that beautiful picture that was on the front of, the recipe card or whatever. Did mine look that way? No. But what were my thoughts behind it? Let me try it again. Not, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'll never be able to do this thing. Right? And I keep going and I keep trying. And eventually I'll get the result that I want or closer to closer to it. But it's not going to be a failure every time. And it's okay to fail. It is okay to fail. You just found the thing that didn't work for you. Now go back and try and find the thing that does work for you. Okay? Let's get out of this stuckness of not meeting an expectation. That's all it is. You fell short. So what? You fell short. So what? Right? Try again. All right, y'all. I'm not going to keep you too long. I don't want to keep these too long because people look at them like, oh my God, that's 12 minutes. I ain't watching that. Well, I don't know what they're going to think, but that's it. That's my take on failure and how I try to help that sounded really staccato. How I try to help my clients, get unstuck in their stuff, because there's a fear of failure. And we have to get out of the fear of failure. We need to fail forward a lot and figure out the things that do now work for us to get us the expectation that we're looking for. Okay, y'all. I will holler at you all next week. Like and share, and thank you again for joining me. I love your faces, even though I can't see all your faces. I love you guys. Y'all take care and like and subscribe and leave me a comment, leave me a question, leave me something that you want me to kind of dig into for next Saturday, and I'll see y'all there. All right, y'all have a great weekend and a wonderful Valentine's Day and a wonderful week next week. I'll see you next Saturday.